Okay, now we're going to look at number 15 on page 367. It looks kind of weird. It's sine to the 1/2 of x, cosine of x, minus sine to the 5/2 of x, cosine x, equals cosine cubed x times the square root of the sine of x. Now on this one, I would take this left side here and work with that and see if I can get it to look like the right side. Okay, I think it might be easier if I change this to the square root of the sine of x times the cosine of x minus the square root of the sine to the 5th of x times the cosine of x. Okay, I'm going to simplify this like I normally would. Since it has an odd exponent, I'm going to break one off, and the other one will have a 4th power. And we know that when we take the square root of anything to the 4th power, we just split the exponent in half, and it becomes sine squared x instead of sine to the 4th of x. So I'm going to rewrite that just so that you can see it all. So I've got the cosine of x, and now minus, I'm going to write sine squared x times the square root of the sine of x, and then I also have that cosine of x still hanging out there. Now do you see how we have a common factor with the radical and I have a common factor with the cosine? Well, we're going to pull both of those out. So if I pull them both out and do backwards distributive, inside the parentheses I'm going to get 1 minus the sine squared of x. Well, we know that we can make a substitution for 1 minus the sine squared of x. That's cosine squared x. So I get the square root of sine x times cosine x times cosine squared x, and I'm done because that gives me cosine cubed x times the square root of the sine of x.